what's up, guys? It's me. So this is a video I want to make to share with you guys. Since I've been thinking of a lot of more ideas than lives, and I can't really live right now, but I want to just take a moment to share with you guys my story and how I got here. So I grew up with my mom, my dad, and my brother, and I honestly was different from a lot of kids. I never honestly understood what it was like to be, like, as what kids used to call popular and, like, so different. Like, I used to be that one kid that just used to, like, sit in the corner, like, or, like, read a book, or, like, I used to always do bad in school. And it sucked because when my mom and my dad split up, we soon had to start, like, living differently. And then I remember we were moving to different state. Well, we moved to the, like, only, like, 3 states, but, like, back and forth. And then I remember this is when I lived in Chicago. And I used to be this kid, and I was in 3rd grade at the time. And kids were just mean. Like, they can just be so cruel, like, at that age. Especially when you're different from them. Or, like, you're not, like, as popular as them. That's how it was. Like, I remember I used to, like, get bullied. And I even remember one time I was on the playground, and these 3 boys actually, they, like, were laughing at me, and they were messing with me, and they kept calling me names. I told them to leave me alone. They wouldn't leave me alone. And I remember I was running from them, and then I didn't know where I was going. I tripped over a rock, and I fell, and I hurt my ankle really bad. And I sprained, and, like, it hurt so bad. And it didn't honestly hurt so bad, like, where I thought I couldn't walk. Well, they kind of tried to help me by, like, getting me up on the, like, on the, like, playground. And then they just ran away. And then I heard, like, them telling us to round up to get back inside. And, like, I thought I could walk, but I couldn't. And so then I went to the hospital. Because, like, I told, like, the coach outside, I'm like, I fell. And the office didn't believe me when I told them, like, there were boys messing with me. And they're like, okay, like, whatever. So then my mom picked me up, and we went to the hospital, and I sprained the ligaments in my leg. And it really made me feel down because I felt weak. I felt like I could have had a chance to fight him back. Well, not like that, but, like, I didn't stand up for myself. And it sucked. But, I also remember times when I was in, I actually had to take a grade again because a lot of my issues were, like, and I don't want to get hate comments on this, but it's not because I'm stupid and I didn't, do that. It's because I had a lot of things going on, and I couldn't focus, and I didn't pass, and I didn't put effort into myself. So then, when I moved schools, because when I found out I had to take it again, I was really sad, but, like, my mom thought it was the best choice for me. And I'm glad I did it, though, because I probably would have not been where I was to this day. But, so then, I moved schools, because, like, then I would be like, oh yeah, well, no one will know me, so, no. But I was wrong. A kid that was there, I knew. And, but then after that incident happened where I hurt my leg, we ended up moving out of the state again. So we moved back to the old state we lived in. And then I went to a school there. And then that's where, like, I started, like, I still felt different, I didn't really know how to apply myself. I was odd with a lot of kids, and it really made me, like, feel bad about myself, which gave me anxiety. Like, that's what, like, grew my anxiety disorder that I still have to this day. But So then I remember like my friends like that I made, the only really 3 friends I made, they were just like low-key kind of mean. Like it felt like they didn't really want nothing to do with me. And like I remember I used to have a crush on this kid. His name was Luke. And she found out that I had a crush on him, and that was her crush. So that's when she started taking things out of me. She started to like call me names, and like I remember like when I used to sit by the playground like by myself, and then like they would like laugh at me and they would call me names, like yell at me from across the playground, like, hey, look it's worthless girl, or it's, hey, look it's loser who has no friends. So that used to make me feel really bad, and like I used to go home crying, and like I didn't tell my mom because I felt like I was being immature about it. Like I felt like if I did tell her, then like I would like, it just make things worse. Like I felt like, I didn't want problems. And then we ended up moving again, and I went to another school in the same state where I had to take the 3rd grade again. And because I remember when we would get an envelope and it would say like, oh yeah, you passed and you're able to go on to the next grade. So I took the envelope home and I'm like so excited. I'm like, Mom, look, I got it. I want to see like if I'm ready to move on. And then I opened it and it said I didn't pass, and I just crushed. I was like, what? I didn't pass? And then I was kind of like fighting with my mom, like, Emily, I said, I think you might need to take it again because I think it'll help you. I'm like, but I don't want to. Then I'm going to get called like a loser. She's like, well, I'll move you to another school. I'm like, okay. So I ended up moving, and then honestly, I didn't really get bullied like there. It's just because like I had after school program because my mom would work like the night shifts where she worked. So I remember like the kids were like mean. Like I used to get into fights, and not like physical fights, but like arguments with them all the time. And then like it ended up getting me written up a lot of talks with my mom. Like, and it wasn't me who started the fights, it was them, because they would make fun of me and call me names. So I would stand up for myself, but then they ended up like snitching, and then they tried to play the victim, and then I got in trouble. And then I remember one time I got into a fight with this one kid in the library, like during like homework or study time, and then like one of the teachers like that were like with them, they pulled me out and pulled me into the like lunchroom, and like they told me to take a minute. And like I remember talking to like an adult, like I remember talking to the one guy, I don't remember his name, but like he told me like, well, what happened? I'm like, I told him what happened. He's like, hey, it's okay, kids are just mean, but don't worry, it's okay. So after that, we actually ended up moving again, and that's when we moved to different states. And then this is when I was in 5th grade, and I remember like I used to like get called like still names, and then I had friendship drama with a lot of people because But I also remember in 2nd grade one time I was on the bus, and this girl was like being really mean to me. Like she would like just be rude, and like she sat next to me, right? And then she used to punch me, and she used to like kick me, and it got annoying, and like I told her to stop and she wouldn't stop. And then one time I told her like, oh yeah, if you don't stop it, then I'm gonna tell my mom and you're gonna be in trouble. And then she's like, oh really, you're gonna tell your mommy? And all the kids on the bus were laughing. And then I remember like my brother was noticing that like I wasn't getting on the bus because I was scared to. I didn't want to get kicked anymore, So then he ended up telling my mom, and then my mom ended up like finally getting the information out of me that this girl was being mean to me. So we went down to the school and they talked to the principal, and they said, well, we can switch her busing. So they ended up switching her like to the front of the seat, or like of the front of the bus. They actually really didn't like switch her bus, but then I guess she had another issue on a bus where like she was being mean. And then after that, I think like it ended up stopping, but she kind of was still like being mean to me, like in the classroom. Like she used to still call me names. And then like I remember, like I said, in 5th grade I had friendship drama, and then like that's what made another target for bullies. And they used to make fun of me because you guys know I like the game Kingdom Hearts. Well, I was like a fangirl in 5th grade for it. I had a backpack, I had a hoodie, I had like pencil cases of it, I had like figures of it, you know. And that's like when like everyone make fun of me. They're like, "Oh yeah, you weeb, you're not like worth it. You're like just not, you know." They just make fun of me. And like the reason why I loved it so much was because like it's been my game since I was like a childhood, and like it helped me throughout my hard times. It's like they were my best friends, you know. Like I said, I was bullied. I had no friends like my whole life, and I felt like they were like my only friends. You know, that's how I had it. And I felt like they made me like feel more powerful to move on to life. And they helped me like, you know, think even when it gets hard, you still need to try. And then after I graduated from elementary school, I moved on to 6th grade, and that's when it got severe, like really bad, because a lot of the kids like I kind of knew in elementary were there, and then like some of them were my bullies. And I had like more friendship drama, and then I had like an ex-girlfriend who would like cause drama. And I remember like in my last period, like when on time I had a substitute because he wasn't there, and I remember like these kids would like throw things at me. I remember one kid even like took out his deodorant, pulled it out, threw like would like break it up and just throw it across the room while I was just trying to do my work. And then it made me really upset because like I was also really tomboy back then, so like I also got made fun of for like my looks. Like my hair was so short, they used to call me like, "Oh, it's Jeffrey Dahmer," or it's like, "Oh, it's this person." I'm like, and like I remember like I used to walk through the hallways with like my head down and my arms crossed, and like kids would like just like be like laughing at me. And then I remember one time like we got the police involved because kids were like just so bad. And then I remember like people would like make bad posts about me. They would like be like, "Oh yeah, look at this worthless girl, look at how ugly she is, her makeup's disgusting," because like I kind of used to like be bad at makeup back then. Like my eyeliner was like horrible. But I improved now, you know, but I barely wear it anymore. Probably not some of you know that, but they'd be like, "Oh yeah, like it's ugly, it's disgusting." And like when they ended up getting like told on, they got suspended because like, you know, why would you say that to me? That's just rude. And then that's when more people started getting involved. They're like, "Oh yeah, like you got my friend suspended, I'm gonna beat you up." And then I remember like half like the whole school like threatened me. Like the whole school knew about me. 7th, 8th graders. I even had like 8th graders threatening to jump me. I've had 8th graders threatening to come to my house to like shoot me with guns. Like it was just horrible. And there were times where like when the bell rang, when it was time to go, I was just so scared to leave because like I just was so fucking like, you know, why would they say that to me? And I like, you know, and like kids would like say to me in my class like when I was doing my work, "Oh, you're gonna get jumped after school." Okay, first of all, shut your bitch ass up. I'm sorry. But yeah, they used to be like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna get beat up and you hope you get your ass dragged because you're just a piece of shit and you were causing drama." I'm like, because like people would make rumors about me. I mean, low key, I did do some things like, I mean, they weren't bad, but like I had flaws I did in 6th grade that I'm not proud of. But I moved on for them and I learned from them. But even when they weren't even that big of flaws, it made total drama, which took down my self-esteem like no joke, and it ended up making me super depressed. And that's when my anxiety got worse. And then there were like times where like I used to cut myself like really bad. Like I used to hurt myself, and then like I would like, I mean, I tried to let out my anger through other ways, but it just never worked. And like I just felt so worthless and just a waste of shit and a piece of junk. And like that's when I was in a fight with my mom because like I told her like, she told me that I think I should get rid of all my socials because that's like why I'm getting bullied so much. And I said, why? Like, why should I get rid of them? And then I told her like, I wish I was just dead because like I get treated like shit every day. Like, you have no idea how it is when I walk through those gates. All eyes are staring on me. People are just being rude. They make fun of me just because of what I look. They make fun of me because of just me. So then that's when like my mom like ended up contacting like a social worker like with the school. And then like I remember talking to a social worker for like an hour about it. And like my depression was still bad, and like I used to still like I did bad things to myself. I mean, I tried to kill myself like a couple times, like in 6th grade, and it was bad. And then I moved schools in 7th grade, and then I felt happier there. And then I made more friends. I started over. I made a new life. I soon started to find out who I really was. And then when 8th grade came, I was a new person. I had longer hair. I started to wear lashes. I started to do like my makeup a little more. And then, I changed my style up a little bit. I was happy. I joined cheer, but even though cheer was kind of bad for me in 8th grade, I knew, I still had to keep going. So now I'm in a new spot. Hair is still really long. And I'm in another cheer team this year, and we're actually competitive cheer, and we're probably going to championships this year. So yeah. But I just want to say, guys, if you or someone out there who's watching this is going through bullying or hard times, you're not alone. Like, I know it may seem like, oh, it's never gonna end, but it will. Because you know what? Even when clouds are dark, they eventually run out of rain. And positivity is the key. Even on your toughest days when you feel like, oh, I can't do this. You can't do it yet. You're almost there. You just need to keep going and follow your dreams. And it took me a long time to realize that. And that was another thing that really hit me hard, was because I used to inspect, how the mean girls, like, would dress, and, like, their personality and their style. Like, Mom, like, I don't want to wear those clothes anymore that I wear. I just look like a loser. I get called a loser every time. And she's like, well, okay, I mean, if you want to start looking more cool, we can start buying you, like those cool jean shorts and, like, those cool, like, cool short shirts. I'm like, okay. But then I realized, why should I change myself for them? I'm not them. And I never wanted to be them. And I never was a mean girl. It's not like I was a bully after, like, I changed my style. I felt like I just would fit in more. And even after that, they soon kind of saw that I was more than like that. But they were still mean to me. Like, they still would call me names. And, like, I was just scared to express myself to people because I was scared that, like, I would get made fun of again. Just because I was different. But like I said, you're not alone. And I hope my story inspires some of you guys that even when times are hard, you'll get through it. You're a warrior. We're all human. We all have emotions. We all make mistakes. But we all know deep inside that we are not, like, there's something in life out there that we want, but we have to work for it. And I soon found that out, like, when I started cheer, I found out, oh yeah, I think I really want to stay in cheer. And even when they were mean, I still stayed. Because I knew if I would just quit on the spot, it would just give them a reason to make fun of me. And I didn't want that. Because after all the lessons I learned in the past, it would just make everything bad. But bullying needs to stop. Because bullying can take lives. Some lives. in this world. Bullying is not fun. It's not cute. It's not cool. It's hurtful. Especially if it's the right person, it can make them end up, like I said, losing their life. And it could even ruin them, just personally, deep inside, to make them become a monster. And you feel like, that's just how you are, because that's what they made you. But sometimes you gotta refine yourself. Maybe start over. Maybe if it just takes going outside and enjoying nature. There's always something you can find that'll help you calm down. I mean, even if it's, like I said, like reading a book. Or maybe playing a video game. Maybe trying a new video game. It's all it's all based on you. You know you better than anyone else, and you're always going to know yourself more than anyone else. Just find yourself. Because, guys, you all are beautiful, and you all just deserve it. It took me a long time to say this to some of you guys, because I was scared that I was going to get judged. Because they would be like, oh, why would a girl like you, what would you have been through? Well, there's a lot I've been through to make me who I am to this day. So, I hope my story inspires you guys. And there's gonna be a lot more in the future. I promise you guys. I want to give you guys what I've been wanting to do for these past years of my life that I didn't know what I was gonna do, because I love you guys, and you guys just make me keep going. Even when I get the hate comments, I still keep going, because they make me stronger inside. But yeah, you guys want to go check out my other videos, you can. Let me know what you guys think, and maybe this can inspire you guys to just keep going. Anyways, I thank you all for listening to my story, and wish you all the best, and have a beautiful day or night. Bye, guys!